Something that's really frustrating for me as someone who's neurodivergent is the assumption that you are less smart because you don't read office politics and unspoken contextual cues, and that is a sign of intelligence. When these same people also fall for tone policing and marketing so easily when they don't hear what the message, what's explicitly said. Because tell me if you've heard this in corporate America. I see this all the time in my research on the unwritten rules of work. Someone will get derailed by the tone someone said something in and miss the actual message. And they'll be like, well, that's an interesting idea, but I don't like the way you said it. They're second guessing everything. Well, me, the neurodivergent me, is like, okay, that was an interesting idea. Let's talk about it. Or take up like the corporate marketing, the pitches of like, we're a family here. We want you to speak up. But like all of the other behaviors show that they do not want you to speak up, and nobody pays to be part of a family. Some people really get into that, while I feel like neurodivergent people with the pattern recognition are like, this tells me nothing about your overtime expectations or psychological safety. The irony is it's frustrating to be assumed to be less intelligent for relying on explicit communication, while seeing the same people be manipulated by buzzwords and like what I call the puppy voice. Like when you're talking to a puppy and you can tell it whatever because it doesn't speak English, so you just talk in a positive voice. Be like, just because they said it like this doesn't mean that it's gonna happen. Both are definitely skills, and I have actively, through my research, I've been told the most neurodivergent thing you can do is to write down unwritten rules. And I've learned a lot more about them, but I just cannot get past that when we're restructuring. That's right. Like, come on. Like, you need to look for another job. We're a family. You don't have boundaries. Also, clarity does not hurt neurotypical people at all. So stop letting people convince you that you're difficult because you expect clear communication, especially when you also give it back. Start recognizing when you're falling for tricks. Because I'm asked all the time, is the problem me? I keep finding this same problem in all of my workplaces. Part of it might be you might still be falling for the same love bombing with every recruiter. So if you want to decode more of this, give me a follow and consider joining my online school where we talk about things like this and I do group coaching. There's a link in my bio.